Hey guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below, let me know what you think. Now let's get into today's video. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Crossing the Line, and we have got a weird week of wonderful news today, don't we? Chinese spy balloons, you name it, we've had it all this week. What the hell is going on? We'll take a look here from this news story from Fox News. Lawmakers react after Chinese spy balloon shot down a disastrous projection of weakness. Now, I've got to agree with that head title there. This just shows the massive amount of delay from the US military. It just shows how bad the Biden administration is and the absolute lack of care factor that's going on with anyone in the White House at the moment. I mean, even if he'd just come out with a statement and said, like, China, this is too far, you can't be sending balloons over our states, you can't be spying on us, this blatantly obvious, it would have been a better reaction than just sitting there doing nothing, going, yeah, we know it's there, but we're not going to do anything about it. Which is basically what he did until the military finally took control and shot it down. Now, he said that the military told him that they could shoot it down, and he said no. And he was the military said no. He wanted to shoot it down immediately, but the military said no. Which is, we all know, any American military general is going to want to shoot that down immediately. So that's just a lie. I mean, like, if watch any movie, you even watch any general that when they talk on TV, they'd want to shoot that thing down immediately. They don't care if it hits civilians. They really wouldn't care. They'd be like, well, we should be nuking China then. They really don't care. So Biden saying that the military is the one not wanting to shoot it down, that's just absolute bull. I mean, I understand not wanting to shoot it down over a city or anything like that. I mean, obviously it makes sense, doesn't it? You don't want to bloody rain down a satellite and balloon and whatnot on people. But when it's over, like, a massive state where there is very few people, or it's over the ocean, or they could have shot it down ages ago. They could have shot it down a million times by now. Biden's been the one letting it bloody fly around the state, pretending that he's doing something about it when he wasn't doing anything. Whether he even knew about it or not until recently, we don't even know. But we'll read this story here from Fox News and let's get into it. Biden says he gave the order to shoot the balloon down on Wednesday, but the military advisors waited due to safety concerns. Bull. Reactions from the politicians and pundits poured in Saturday afternoon following the confirmation that the United States shot down a Chinese spy balloon after it hovered over the country for several days. President Biden said Saturday that he gave the order to shoot down the balloon on Wednesday, but his military advisors decided to wait due to concerns of injuring people on the ground. I mean, we all know that military generals and that are really worried about injuring civilians on the ground. We know this. That's a common thing to know, that military generals give a flying hoot about anyone besides themselves. The Biden administration owes the American people answers now. Republican Rep. Andrew Garbarino, a member of the House Committee from Homeland Security, told Fox News Digital after the balloon was shot down. Not only was the Homeland Security Committee not informed of the CCP provocation before it broke on the news, but it's since come to light that the officials were monitoring the balloon before it entered US airspace and could have been shot down over the water before ever reaching our shores. This was the CCP testing their boundaries, and President Biden failed in his response. Completely correct. They knew it was coming in. It came in over nearly said China, with a bit of slip of the tongue, but it makes sense, over the Canadian border. They knew it was coming in. Obviously, American airspace is tracked rigorously and very heavily. They knew it was coming in, they knew where it was going, they knew what it was, and they did nothing. Why did they do nothing? Why did they let this balloon, even if China had said, oh, it's a weather balloon and we're not doing anything, but blah, 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 blah. they should have dealt with it before it had even entered the States. Canada should have dealt with it. Why did Trudeau let this enter the United States? It makes you wonder how much money Trudeau's getting from the Chinese CCP, doesn't it? So you let this balloon fly around for 3 or 4 days, do its thing, collect all of its data, and then you shoot it down, apparently because it's safe to do so. If it was safe to do so, no one would have caught it on camera with a mobile phone. I mean, it must have been pretty bloody close for people to film it on a mobile phone. I can't imagine the zoom on Androids or the new iPhones that good where it's like in a safe space. It must have landed pretty close to a town or I think it was Billings, Montana, somewhere in Montana. Whether it got further, I don't know yet. But it must have been pretty close to houses and that if someone's filming it with an iPhone or something like that. I mean, it's not in the middle of nowhere. So that whole story about, I want to shoot it down, but the military wants to shoot it down, but I said no because it could hurt someone or whatever. It's complete and utter bull. I mean, if it was anywhere near anyone's house, it had the risk of hitting someone, didn't it? So they shot it down finally after it's done I'm sure it's done its business. But China has pretty much made their point. They made their point that Biden administration is not going to do anything. If China went and invaded Taiwan, or at least like started bombing Taiwan or something along those lines, they testing their airspace every day just about now anyway. If they did that to Taiwan and then America just sat back and did nothing, they're like, I wonder how far we can push this before America retaliates. Oh, they let a spy balloon fly around their country for 3 to 4 days without being shot down or even having electronic bloody equipment pointed at it and shutting it down, because they don't even have to shoot it down. They could have just hit it with an EMP or lasers or something like that they have on their aircraft already and dealt with it and they could have just said, we don't know what happened to it. We don't know why it's not transmitting anymore. They could have hit it with something like that. They could have jammed the signals coming out of it or something like that. But no, they just let it fly around for a couple of days until they shot it down. So we don't know where this is going now. I mean, this is the first time anything like this has ever happened that I know about. I mean, if China had sent a balloon over Australia, I don't know what we would have done. We probably would have just thrown a boomerang at it, sent some fucking emus after it. I don't know. But, I know what would have happened. Dan Andrews would have been out there going, "Come here, balloon. We love you. Please come here, balloon. I love the CCP." Maybe we could have strapped Dan Andrews to the balloon and sent him back to China where he belongs. But we'll keep looking at this story. Rep. Russell Fry, RSE, said the balloon fell right above my hometown and blasted the Biden administration for not acting earlier. Why was this allowed to go clear across the country for so many days? You look at this, national security is one of the biggest things in the country. That's completely correct. Why has this been allowed to happen for so long? For God's sakes. It is a core function of the government, Fry said on Fox News Live. Senator Susan Collins, a member for the Intelligence Committee, echoed Fry's sentiment, saying the balloon should have been taken out earlier over remote areas of Alaska or Montana. Mississippi Republican Senator Roger Wicker, who is the Senate Armed Service Committee ranking member, said that the statement the Biden administration response to the balloon is a disastrous projection of weakness. It is. It just shows how weak the United States is at the moment. They are too busy worrying about misgendering people, using the correct pronouns, and how to cut tits off a 2-year-old and strap on a strap-on to them, and all this crap with LGBT trans activists and reading books to kids. They're too worried about that to defend their own borders. So China can just launch a spy balloon to fly over all their states. I mean, this never would have happened with Trump in. This never would have happened with even Obama in. I mean, can you imagine if they'd launched a spy balloon when Trump was over? He would have been fuming. He would have shot that thing down before it had entered the United States. It would be like, this is the best balloon ever. We're going to shoot it down. We're going to shoot it down with our best fighters ever. F-22 Raptors, they're the best ever. Everyone tells me these things. They're fantastic. They're great. They're number one American. It would have been over immediately if we had even known about it. We wouldn't have been talking about it probably. If Obama had done it, he probably would have launched a drone and then shot it down and probably killed some kids because he likes killing American kids, and then we wouldn't be talking about it again. I mean, this would not have happened under any other president besides Biden. I mean, he is that disabled. He is that old. He is that incoherent. He doesn't know what's going on a day-to-day basis. He let a Chinese spy balloon fly around the United States for the better part of a week. Wrap your head around that. I know, like, oh, we don't want to provoke anything, blah, 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 blah. But he didn't even come out with a statement. He didn't come out and say, this is too far. China, what are you doing? This is bullshit, blah, blah, blah. None of that. He just said, oh, I was going to shoot it down on Wednesday, but they said I shouldn't do it. It's, where's some ice cream? Like, what the hell is going on? Like, these guys, America is heralded as the world savior. They're out there to protect us all. Without America, we're at the beck and call of communism and blah, 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 blah. Have they sent all their defenses to Ukraine? Has Ukraine just got all of their anti-air missiles and like, shit, we should have really stockpiled a few more. Like, what have we done? Oh, God. Back to the story. It is clear that the standard protocol of defense of the US airspace was ignored. If press reports are correct, the Biden administration hoped to hide the incident from the American people from the start. The White House owes Congress and the American people answers about this failure, and I intend to get those answers without delay, Wicker said. Senator Lindsey Graham added that the amount of negligence is if the US is unable to recover information from the balloon due to the decision to wait until it was over the ocean. Nevertheless, Graham said the eventual decision to take it down was a sound decision. I am glad we shut it down. I'm open-minded to hear about our explanation, Graham added. In a statement to Fox News Digital, Republican Rep. Elise Stefanik said that President Biden abysmally failed a test of the world stage. The Chinese communist spy balloon should never have been allowed to cross into a sovereign nation gathering intelligence, Stefanik said. The American people deserve to know why Joe Biden allowed this national security threat for so long, why he tried to hide it from the American people, and what information our foreign adversaries are gathering. This is a time for peace through strength, and the Chinese Communist Party must know violations of American airspace will not be tolerated. U.S. military 1, Chinese spy balloon 0, the House Judiciary tweeted. House Judiciary GOP tweeted. Yeah, I mean, they have done more just by tweeting that than Biden did the entire time. I mean, I would not be surprised if Biden said, do not shoot it down, let it do its thing. I don't care. He was probably too busy sniffing girls' hair, maybe trying to figure out what kind of perfume they're wearing, whether it's Pantene or Tresemme. How has this happened? It just shows the massive fall of the United States as a whole, not just the military. The military's gone woke a couple of years ago now. I mean, if you're too worried about what is between your legs and what you identify as a country, to let a Chinese spy balloon fly around for several days unhindered, what the hell is going on? This just shows how weak America is at the moment. It's got nothing to do with the people. The people are great. Everyone in the South, everyone who's a Republican and all that, they're general on that side of the spectrum. They're generally, I'm surprised they didn't shoot it down themselves. I mean, they should have been out there. They've got more guns than people in the United States, and you didn't shoot it down. What is wrong with you? You have all the guns in the world, literally, and you didn't shoot it down? I mean, I know it's I know this is a joke because I know you can't shoot the bloody thing down. Maybe a 50 cal could have got it. I don't know how high it is, but that's pushing it. But surely there's some old like bunker digging, food prepping hillbilly with a friggin', I don't know, a Stinger missile or something. I'm surprised someone didn't just come out of their back shed and shoot it down with a JDAM from their own plane or a Stinger or something like that. I mean, maybe someone tried. It could have been tried. I'm surprised there wasn't like hillbillies up there in their crop dusting planes shooting at it with a Mosin Nagant or something like that. I mean, that's what I would have been doing if I had a freaking, like that's what I expected to go as. But no, it took F-22s to shoot it down, and it had been hovering over there for a week, doing who knows what. I mean, either it was collecting information, it was not that they really need to collect information and take photos. They got satellites and crap for that, and TikTok's one. If you've got TikTok on your phone, Chinese, the CCP knows absolutely everything about you, myself included, and I'm sure they don't need to do that to collect information. They do not need to send a balloon over the United States to collect information. They've got other ways of doing it. Huawei being integrated into just about every single system across the United States, or across the world, Australia's probably even worse, is one way of doing it. They know everything they need to know. This balloon was sent just to show how weak the United States is, how weak their resolve is, how easy their air defense systems have been breached. I mean, what's stopping them flying in a bomber? If they can get in a plane, they can get in a... if they can get in a balloon, they can get in a plane. Trudeau let it go through his airspace without even saying a word, apparently. So, the exercise here has been just to show and showboat how strong China is, which, they're doing their thing over there, whatever. And it just shows how much of a joke the United States White House has become. They can't protect their borders from Mexican immigrants flooding across the border. Not just Mexicans either, like anyone coming across the border down there. They cannot protect their aerospace either. I mean, North Korea is probably sitting there laughing their ass off right now. It'd be interesting if North Korea just floated a balloon over and just like fuck it, one big F you to Joe Biden or something. Fuck you, America! You America asshole! Like, this is hilarious that this has happened. I don't even know what to think about it. They've let this massive incursion come into their aerospace without any sort of plan to take it down. It took them 3 to 4 days to take it down. It just shows how weak Joe Biden is and the failing state that is the United States of America. So we'll keep an eye on it. We'll see whether this escalates into World War III or whether it just pitters out and we don't hear about it again because they don't want it to go into World War III with China, which I completely understand because I don't have enough beans in my cupboard for that shit. So we'll keep an eye on it. We'll follow it here on Crossing Line. Thanks for watching another episode. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments. Like the video and please subscribe to the channel. I'm nearly at 100 subscribers, which would be awesome. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Leave a comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.